impact on you in your coaching or playing career, and why?
You know, when I met you with the person that had the biggest influence on me, and that was my dad,
Right.
who's the head coach at American University. And I kind of grew up around the sport and saw him loving his job every day, coming home, and that's what kind of got me into coaching.
I mean, probably my parents, just because they started me on it, and my dad played, so I just wanted to do what they wanted to do.
Your wife.
Not me?
I mean, probably
Oh, my wife. That's okay.
the Rosen clan. I think coming to Michigan, I knew it was like a family situation. Moving from player to playing professionally to coaching, if I ever had any questions, you guys could help me. I probably should have used that more.
Still can. Anytime.
I'll call you later.
I'm happy to be Coach Kitchens in Loudon, Oklahoma. Loved them.
Where was the first match you coached in and how did it go?
All right, it was when I was coaching 7th grade volleyball in UTN, Nebraska, when I was a senior in college. I can't tell you if it was home or away. I don't recall it ever going particularly well. But what I remember, and what I love this about 7th graders, and I still love now, is that those kids got a lot better after that.
I was a junior in high school, and I was a student assistant at Greece Arcadia. And we won.
Sweet, you remember?
Yeah. I know, so long ago.
What about you?
I was a high school coach, West Seneca West, actually where Matt Anderson played, and we lost.
Everything is in New York. I don't know where I was. I don't remember the first match I coached in.
Really?
Yeah, I think I was too stressed out.
Was it our club?
Yeah, but I think I was too stressed out to even remember where I was and what I was doing. With Premier Volleyball Academy, and I just had a really fun, loving team that year. I can't say I can remember the first match, but the girls loved each other. They worked hard every day in practice, and it was just a fun experience, and that's what kind of got me into the game and into the sport.
What important intangibles do you look for in an athlete?
Someone who is coachable.
Yes, hardworking. Absolutely.
This is a big thing for us.
Not afraid to try.
Not afraid to
Get
try.
out of their comfort zone. Agree.
Attempt something 3 out of 5 times.
Consistently.
Consistently.
Well, I watch to see what kind of a teammate they are. When they're the person that is not making the big play, do they feed energy to their teammate that just did something amazing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So those little moments are definitely something that I look for. And what kind of a teammate you are.
What is one of the ways your team lets loose?
Dancing.
I know pregame or in between sets when there's malfunctions, we seem to like to dance in between sets. The electric slide at the University of Michigan that year. That was a pretty good time, but we'll do anything and everything as far as we can push it with lightening the mood, so we're ready to go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I feel like the thing I've seen the most is kids listening to music and dancing before matches. I think that's the biggest way people just kind of get out of their own heads and kind of into something else. So I see a lot of student athletes with issues of just being in their head about a lot of things.
Right.
And so this ability to let loose is a big deal.
Ooh, a good one. What is your coaching philosophy?
I feel like volleyball is an extension of the classroom. You've got to push. You know, you've got to try to excel in the classroom just like you want to excel on the court. You know, I stress academics because the kids are there first for education, student first before you're an athlete.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that my team's having fun. But having fun and working hard aren't mutually exclusive of each other. So having fun is the most important thing. If you're not having fun, it's not worth doing.
I like, you gotta wanna win more than you wanna breathe, and then you'll be successful. That's on and off the court.
To develop volleyball IQ and also leadership and communication skills, and to do that in a way that's developmentally appropriate with whatever level of kids we're working with, grades 4 through 12.
That's a very good answer.
If you could give yourself from 10 years ago advice, what would it be?
Relate to the players better. You know, I think I got so wrapped up in the level we're at and how competitive it is and how challenging it is that I think I do a much better job now of kind of keeping that in perspective. So perspective and relating, I think, is probably the biggest one.
Listen to your coaches
because you always think that it's almost like with the parents too. You know better, that you're not. So when they tell you that you're doing something wrong, listen to them and fix it, because you're going to be that much better of a volleyball player.
Wow, that would have been good for me because I played for my dad.
Oh my
in
goodness.
high school. So listen to your parents and your coaches.
Trust the process and stay patient.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There was a lot of insecurities and things that I didn't know, obviously.
Yeah.
But I would have just told myself just to trust the process and just to stay patient with it. It's always gonna work
Absolutely.
out.
A plan will get you places.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Shut up, listen to people for once, and stop thinking you're right about everything.
Mine's pretty similar, but I think mine would be more along the lines of educate yourself in the game, watch film, and be the best teammate that you could be all the time, and not just half the time.
Start coaching sooner, because it's been such a rewarding experience for me to impact other people. And yes, you get to touch the ball all the time. And I get to meet wonderful other coaches like you.
Thanks.
So.
That was nice.
When is your favorite time of the year to be a coach?
Oh, my favorite time of the year to be a coach is during preseason.
That's right.
Because it's just filled with so much anticipation. We get to work on a lot of new things. The girls are really excited about the future, and it's just some infectious energy that hopefully will carry us out through the whole season.
I know, and there's endless possibilities
Yes.
during preseason.
Yes, I love it.
I'd have to say in the off season, when we're doing a lot more of the basic skills and we work on them and they just get better and better and better.
Okay, my favorite time of year to be a coach is when I retired. I found my volleyball club, and then I started coaching in my club as a coach.
Okay, my favorite time of year to be a coach is around the time when everyone's getting back on campus and preseason is like starting.
All right.
Because everyone is like just jacked up to be back. Like there's this huge lull for camp and you're like, oh my gosh, if I have to coach another camp session, I'm gonna lose my mind. But then you get all your players coming back on and like there's so much energy in the gym, everyone's excited, people are fighting for spots, and I love it. I think it's great.
Man. I like it. Good deal.
Yeah.
Talk about an experience that impacted how you coach your players today.
When I played in college, but then mostly Bill Regnier, coaching the varsity wrestling program, and I wanted to be like Bill, and I wanted volleyball to be like the wrestling program, so.
Which it is.
We were very disciplined and traveled all over and tried to be the best.
I would go back to that high school coach, and the methods and pedagogies he applied to make us better at volleyball were very similar to the methods and pedagogies he followed when we were in the classroom learning not to write run-on sentences.
And we have this club director who's very adamant about how you coach people, being loud, how you even hit down balls at kids. And at first I didn't think that it mattered that much, but later did I realize after coaching with her for a long time that all of the small stuff does matter.
That's a great answer.